Small electric vehicles are no longer just for tech nerds and environmental warriors. Heavy hitters from around the globe are staking their claim in this lucrative, albeit virtually untapped market. So grab some popcorn and relax as we take you on your own personal tour of 25 quirky mini EVs that are changing the game in transportation. Starting with a mini EV that looks like it's straight out of a retro sci-fi movie. The Morgan EV3 is a quirky electric three-wheeler that weighs in at a featherlight 1,102 pounds. That's about a quarter the weight of a brand new Tesla Model 3. Being the predecessor to the updated XP1 model, the EV3 features a 61 horsepower electric motor, promising a zippy 0 to 60 miles per hour time of around 9 seconds and a top speed of 90 miles per hour. Plus, with a projected range of up to 150 miles, it can even take you on scenic country drives. While it's still in the testing phase, this new creation represents Morgan's first in-house developed powertrain, ready to save you money on gas while turning heads everywhere you go. But hold on to your tiny steering wheels, folks. The world of mini EVs is a wild and wonderful place, and we've only just scratched the surface. If you thought the EV3 was something special, just wait until you see what else is out there, ready to turn heads on your commute. And speaking of turning heads, buckle up for a quirky mini EV that could save you some serious cash. Here's the Wings Robin, India's pint-sized microcar that's smaller than a smart car but bigger than a golf cart. It's got the maneuverability and turning radius of a motorcycle with the enclosed comfort of a car. And get this, it's even passed safety tests that most two-wheelers and three-wheelers don't even have to take, including a full frontal crash test. Talk about punching above its weight. The Wings Robin comes in 3 flavors. The base model gives you a range of about 40 miles, while the top-tier EVX offers a juicier 56-mile range. And with its 5.6 kilowatt-hour battery and top speed of 37 miles per hour, the Robin is ready to revolutionize city driving, one tiny, adorable car at a time. The latest buzz, Wings EV is aiming to sell 3,000 units in the first year, i.e. 2025. So if you want to be part of the mini EV revolution, you might want to start saving your pennies now. And looking like the love child of a smart car and a vintage refrigerator, the Delight microcar won't win any drag races, but you'll certainly win the parallel parking game. And let's be honest, in a world where finding a parking spot is harder than finding a needle in a haystack, that's a superpower we can all appreciate. As for range, this little dynamo is said to travel up to 142 miles on a single charge, which is more than enough to get you to work, the grocery store, and maybe even that secret donut shop across town without breaking a sweat. And hey, if you thought this little EV was a shocker, just wait until you see what else we've got hiding up our sleeve. Now picture this, you're cruising down the street in a vehicle no bigger than a shopping cart but with way more style. That's the Ari Soleno, a German pint-sized mini car for ya. Now, you might be thinking, is this another Wuling Mini EV knockoff? Well, not quite. While the Soleno shares that cute as a button aesthetic with its Chinese cousin, it's got its own European flair. It's like the Wuling Mini EV went on a semester abroad and came back with a beret and a taste for espresso. The Soleno isn't just cheap to buy, it's cheaper to run than your kid's electric toothbrush. And for those of you who think size matters, the Soleno has a trick up its sleeve. It can carry up to 270 kilograms of cargo. That's like 600 pounds of pizza. So whether you're a pizza delivery ninja, a city-dwelling superhero, or just someone who's tired of circling the block for parking, the Ari Soleno might just be the quirky little money saver you've been waiting for. And now for a two-seater that's just about 5 feet long and weighs less than 1,100 pounds. This is the GMENV, and what truly makes it stand apart is its ability to balance on 2 wheels, thanks to some nifty Segway-inspired tech. It can turn on a dime, literally within its own body length. And here's the kicker, this little pod can drive itself. That's right, the ENV is capable of autonomous operation, using GPS and vehicle-to-vehicle communication to navigate city streets and even park itself. The ENV has a top speed of about 25 miles per hour and a range of around 25 miles. And while that might not sound like much, GM states it's plenty for city driving where the average speed is often much lower. GM has been testing these futuristic pods in places like Tianjin, China, to see how they fare in real-world conditions. And speaking of real-world conditions, the Navya Autonom Shuttle is a futuristic self-driving minibus that's been zipping around since 2015. But just what makes it unique? Well, for starters, it's got no steering wheel or pedals. That's right, this 15-foot long box on wheels is all about hands-free, feet-free transportation. The Autonom Shuttle can comfortably seat 11 passengers, with room for 4 more to stand. But don't let its occupancy metrics fool you. This little guy is packed with high-tech goodies. We're talking LiDARs, cameras, and even fisheyes for 360-degree views. It's like having a team of robot chauffeurs working together to get you safely to your destination. As of last year, the company has been taken over by Gaia and Macnica, forming a new entity called GAMA. This merger promises to bring even smarter and safer autonomous shuttles to the global market, so keep your eyes peeled for the next generation of these quirky little minibus EVs. If the Autonom piqued your interest, just imagine what other miniature marvels are waiting to be discovered. But you can't talk about next generation without bringing up the Vision Mercedes Simplex concept. This funky little number is Mercedes' wild reimagining of their 1901 classic, but with a modern electric twist. Now, don't get too excited about snagging one for your daily commute. This beauty is strictly a concept car, so there's no price tag or production plans. And while we don't have exact specs on its electric powertrain, rumor has it there might be a motor in each wheel hub. As for the latest updates, this concept was last seen at the 2019 Frankfurt Motor Show, so don't hold your breath for a test drive. But hey, a car fan can dream, right? And very available right now is the adorable Baojun Kiwi Mini EV, a pint-sized powerhouse that's been turning heads since 2021. This little e-ride is like the cool cousin of the Wuling Mini EV, sharing the same parent company but rocking its own unique style. But while the Wuling has been stealing hearts with its no-frills charm, the Kiwi takes things up a notch with its robot-like face and slightly more upscale vibe. Now, let's talk money, honey. The Baojun Kiwi EV starts at 71,800 Chinese yuan, or roughly 9,900 bucks, making it a fraction of nearly every non-mini EV on the road. Plus, we're talking about a peppy 54 horsepower motor that'll zip you around town at speeds up to 65 miles per hour. And get this, it can cruise for about 190 miles on a single charge. The latest updates have given this little dynamo a 32 kilowatt-hour battery pack and rear-wheel drive for some extra fun behind the wheel. Donuts, anyone? And now that donuts are done, let's talk about the ARI Motors Bruny. This pint-sized city slicker is similar in philosophy to the Wuling Mini, but the Bruny is a European creation with its own unique flair. Starting at 15,990 euros, about $17,500, the Bruny is ready to zip through city streets with its top speed of 56 miles per hour. Plus, with a range of up to 134 miles, you'll be cruising past gas stations with a smug grin. So whether you're pinching pennies, looking for an alternative to a second vehicle, or just love the idea of a car that can practically park in your living room, this might just be the quirky solution you've been waiting for. And now's a good time to remind you to please tap that subscribe button. Now back to the content. Another quirky little ride turning heads in the mobility scene is the Roo, formerly known as the B-Car 3.0. This pint-sized electric vehicle is like the love child of a scooter and a car, with a dash of futuristic flair. It's practically the definition of a microcar. Now, let's talk Turkey. This compact cutie will set you back about 7,000 Swiss francs, or $7,600, but think of all the gas money you'll save. The Roo isn't just easy on the eyes, it's got a tilting technology that lets you lean into curves up to 40 degrees, making you feel like you're in a mini F1 race through the city. At just 31.5 inches wide, this tiny can squeeze through traffic like a hot knife through butter. The latest updates include a climate-neutral design and easy-to-remove batteries that you can charge at home or in the office. Now, let's talk about a mini EV that may be coming soon, the Fox Mobility Maya 2.0. This quirky little vehicle is designed to be the perfect urban runaround, with its compact 10.5-foot length and sliding doors. Sadly, if you're itching to get your hands on one, you'll have to wait a bit longer. The Maya 2.0 isn't in production yet, as Fox E-Mobility is still focusing on building a concept vehicle, slated for later this year, with hopes of eventually moving to a prototype. But don't lose hope. When and if it does hit the streets, this little electric marvel could be as little as $15,000, which could make for quite the wallet-friendly option. The proposed range is that of about 140 miles, with plans for an optional second battery that could double that number. So while we can't zip around in a Maya 2.0 just yet, it's definitely a mini EV to keep an eye on. Yet another reason to tap that subscribe button. This next pint-sized powerhouse is the Ligier Pulse 4, a little guy that won't break the bank like some of its larger EV cousins. The Pulse 4 comes in different configurations, including a short version that can be driven with a moped license. It's not just little though, it's capable too, with a load capacity of about 928 pounds, including the driver. And get this, it can zip around for up to 153 miles on a single charge with its largest battery option. That's like driving from New York City to Philadelphia and back without breaking a sweat or emitting any CO2. And stop me if you've seen this one before, but this is the lovely O, a Swedish microcar that wants to be the IKEA of EVs, meaning it ships flat-packed. This little 837-pound two-seater is incredibly efficient, using a quarter of the energy of full-size EVs. It's about the same size as a smart car, but weighs far less. The lovely O's 6.4 kilowatt-hour battery gives it a range of about 60 miles. And here's a neat trick. The battery is actually 2 removable units, each weighing 33 pounds, so you can take them inside to charge. Now, here's a vehicle so efficient it makes other delivery vehicles look out of touch. The Paxster XL features a top speed of 37 miles per hour and an energy consumption of just 112 watt-hours per kilometer. This little beast is like the marathon runner of electric vehicles, lean, mean, and surprisingly efficient. What makes the Paxster XL truly special though is its urban ninja design. It's got a tiny footprint that'll make parallel parking look like child's play, yet it can carry enough packages to make Amazon delivery drivers weep with joy. So if you're tired of seeing oversized delivery trucks clogging up city streets, the Paxster XL might just be your new best friend. It's eco-friendly, wallet-friendly, and cool enough to make your neighborhood postal worker look like a tech-savvy superhero. Now, here's another idea of what our futuristic mini EVs may soon look like. The Supersonic from Tomasz Sarnowski Design is an innovative electric vehicle combines sleek aesthetics with the latest solar technology. Its aerodynamic shape not only enhances its visual appeal, but also improves energy efficiency, allowing for extended range. The vehicle's exterior features smooth, flowing lines and solar panels embedded into the bodywork. Here's another tiny electric chariot that'll make your wallet and parking woes disappear. Meet the Ligier Mellee, the pint-sized French EV that's basically a smartphone on wheels. This micro marvel is so compact you could practically park it in your coat closet. Starting at around 10,900 euros or $11,200, the Mellee is less than a quarter the price of nearly every full-sized EV on the road. The Mellee comes in 4 cheeky trims with battery options ranging from 4.1 to a whopping 12.4 kilowatt hours. gifting over 120 miles or 190 kilometers in range. In fact, this micro EV is so small and nimble, it's like the parkour athlete of the automotive world. With a top speed of 28 miles per hour, it won't win any drag races, but it'll save you a fortune in gas and parking fees. Picture this. You're cruising down the street in a vehicle that looks like it stepped out of a Pixar movie, but it's actually a real-life, road-legal mini truck. That's the ARI 1570 for you. This pint-sized powerhouse is the brainchild of ARI Motors, a German manufacturer that's been cooking up some electrifying surprises. The ARI 1570 isn't just cute, it's a workhorse in disguise. With multiple modular layouts, it's built to do virtually any task, all with enough power to haul your neighbor's collection of vintage bowling balls. Now, I know what you're thinking. Sure, it's cute, but can it actually go anywhere? Well, hold on to your hats because this little dynamo can reach speeds up to 43 miles per hour and has a range of up to 105 miles. That's enough to get you to work and back, with a detour to pick up your favorite artisanal pickles from that hipster farmer's market across town. This next adorable Chinese mini EV is basically the Swiss Army knife of electric vehicles, packed with more surprises than a magician's pocket. Imagine an electric vehicle so affordable you could practically buy it with the loose change between your car seats. We're talking a jaw-dropping starting price of around 43,000 Chinese yuan, or $6,000. This little electric wonder isn't just cheap though, it's a transformer on wheels, with a roof luggage rack providing an extra 2.4 square meters of cargo space and the ability to morph into everything from a mobile shop to a tiny camper. The Sunshine EV is like the MacGyver of transportation. Plus, powered by a modest 40 horsepower electric motor, it can zip around at a respectable 62 miles per hour, proving that sometimes small packages come with big personality. This next pocket-sized mini electric hatchback is cheaper than a mid-tier espresso machine. Starting at around 57,000 yuan, or $7,900, or roughly the price of 1,600 pumpkin spice lattes, this mini EV proves that good things do come in small, shockingly affordable packages. The Bingo EV lineup includes 4 trims with driving ranges going from 126 miles all the way up to 255 miles for the Lynxy model, which also features a 3-in-1 water-cooled flat-wire motor. This revolutionary little EV fits 12 golden retriever-sized dogs, or up to 97 full Trader Joe's bags, and tops out at 65 miles per hour. Slow enough to enjoy the scenery, fast enough to escape awkward conversations at charging stations. The Bingo's even so quiet, you'll finally hear your passenger say, "I told you so," about that wrong turn. This micro machine proves going electric doesn't require selling your kidneys, just your gas-guzzling habits. Ever heard of a car that lets you roll in like a boss and drive off without leaving your wheelchair? Meet the Elbee Mobility, a quadricycle that's part go-kart, part freedom machine, and 100% quirky. Although this project never fully came to fruition, the starting price was estimated at roughly $22,000. Fun fact, designing Elbee's front door steering system took 7 years. That's longer than some marriages. Born from parent company ZLKL, Elbee spun off to become Elbee Mobility, expanding to 5 European countries with dreams of a stateside launch. However, despite its innovative design and the dedication of the Brasdell family, who poured their resources into the project, Elbee couldn't overcome the hurdles of global expansion. As one might imagine, Elbee Mobility is now up for sale. The dream of independent transportation for all remains, but for now, Elbee joins the ranks of innovative concepts that, despite their promise, couldn't quite make it in the real world. Now meet the Mahindra E2O, the mini electric hatchback that's zippier than a caffeinated squirrel and cheaper than a Netflix subscription. Priced between $7,950 and $9,560, roughly converted from its Indian sticker price. This mini EV skips gas stations like they're X's on social media. The Gaia New Energy EV is the electric underdog that's here to save your wallet and your sense of adventure. This two-door, four-seater micromobile sips electricity with up to 75 miles on a full charge. Just don't challenge any hot rods to a drag race, unless you're prepared to lose spectacularly. Gaia is still rocking with less maintenance, no oil changes, cheaper fuel costs, and a carbon footprint smaller than your pet hamster's sneeze. Welcome to the wacky world of the Zagato Zele, the electric microcar that's so small you might mistake it for a rolling tissue box with wheels. This quirky little Italian job was manufactured by the renowned design company Zagato from 1974 to 1976, proving that even high-end designers can have a sense of humor. The Zele, with its mighty 1,000 to 2,000 watt motor, depending on the model, could reach a blistering 25 miles per hour. Plus, with a range of only about 50 miles, it was designed for low-speed city transportation, kind of like a glorified golf cart but with more Italian flair. At just 84 inches long and 53 inches wide, this might be the smallest EV in existence. Talk about a conversation starter at your next dinner party. Unfortunately, only about 500 of these quirky cubes were ever produced. Here's another wild ride. Enter the IEV-Z, the shape-shifting marvel from IEV Motors that's so narrow it might just slip through your neighbor's fence when they're not looking. Expanding from a cozy one-seater to a two-seater faster than you can say, Autobots, roll out. This little guy can stretch to 108 inches long. Now, you might be thinking, sure, it's cute, but can it go the distance? Well, hold on to your hats because this pint-sized powerhouse can zip along for a solid 62 miles. And with a top speed of 28 miles per hour, you'll be the talk of the bike lane. Yes, it can drive in bicycle lanes. But here's the kicker. This little road warrior isn't in production yet, but the estimated price is about 6,000 euros. That's less than what some folks spend on their morning coffee in a year. If interested, you can reserve your very own IEV-Z with a mere 100 euro deposit. Just remember to wave as you squeeze past all those gas-guzzling behemoths. The same company also has the IEV Motors 800, a pint-sized EV that was the third prototype in IEV's lineup, rolling out of Melbourne, Australia in 2006. Talk about a down-under wonder. Unfortunately, the IEV 800 story is shorter than a kangaroo's hop. After making its debut, its technology and innovation was enveloped into the X, XX, and Z models. As for the price and latest updates, well, let's just say it's easier to find a dingo in New York City than information on this elusive EV. This little hatchback, born from China's Great Wall Motors under their ORA electric brand, is like the panda of mini cars, adorable and surprisingly practical. Launched in 2019, it was briefly known as the Black Cat because, hey, who doesn't love a good feline-themed rebrand? The Tata AirPod, a quirky contender in the mini EV space, is unique in that it runs on compressed air. Designed to accommodate 3 adults and 1 child, it has a reported top speed of just under 50 miles per hour and a range of 124 miles on a full tank. Refueling, however, requires access to special compressed air stations, presenting an infrastructure challenge. Originally expected to launch with a price tag of around $10,000, the AirPod aimed to target messengers and artisans for city transport. MDI has continued to develop the AirPod, later releasing a modernized model called the AirPod 2.0. However, despite these updates, the actual launch date remains uncertain.